Happy One Wheel Wednesday, everybody. My name is Scott Mendenhall. Pretty stoked to have you here on a podcast where we talk about the One Wheel community, all the things, the hot topics, the hot drops, all of it. It's going to be a great day today. We do have Jeff Adair in the studio today. We're going to talk about one because he was a machine today, starting some drama in the IG world about a post about, hey, Veskies, you should drop the remote. And that just started a whirlwind, so we're going to talk about that conversation. We're going to talk about foot hooks and the new firmware. So we're excited to have you with us. This is the Scott Mendenhall and Friends podcast. This is where my friends and I hang out together and we talk, we chat, we laugh, and we poke the bear a bit at times on different topics. Got my wife here, Holly, wearing a Windmans jersey, racing jersey. How you doing,
Right.
babe?
I'm doing great. How's everybody doing out there? I wear the jersey.
I was just letting the pause there in case anyone wanted to audibly respond to you.
I wear the jersey because I'm a racer.
Yes, you are. She
You're
is.
a racer?
That other voice over there, that's Lily right
Hi,
there.
everyone. I'd like to go back to you being a racer.
Yeah, she's
Are
coming.
you signed up for a race?
She lost a bet last night. Last night she lost a bet, and she now has to race dirt surfers.
The first rule in making bets is to not make them.
Yep, well, she lost that one too. And so she's racing dirt surfers 2 nights in a row. She has been riding her one wheel.
True.
Day 50, she got on board to ride her one wheel for the rest of the year every day. So 2 days down.
It's fun.
It's fun. 2 days in. So
I rode my first GT.
Yeah, you were liking that.
Yeah, it was great. That's a good ride. I liked that one a lot. It felt very steady.
We all like that one, Holly.
No, I like the GTS. Okay, we do have Jeff Adair in the green room waiting to come on, and we want to give this man a lot of time. We were talking offline just on things, things that we can't talk about being online, but we got him in. The guy is hilarious. He's skilled. I mean, it is fun to watch the progression of his sport and his riding ability just continue to grow and grow and grow. He's full send all the time. He is the best salesman of the year on all things One Wheel products, mainly onewheelparts.com. You should go there, check out their latest drops. They got so many hot things that you just want. They are bringing to you in the One Wheel community the customability of One Wheels to the market. You can color your rims now. You can get foam grip tape. I'm just giving you two of the many things that they got. They're coming into the market on the foot hooks. We're going to talk about all those things, but before we get into that, let's get into the IG world with our good friend, Jeff. Let's bring him on. Jeff, how you doing today, man?
Hey, what's up, man? Thanks for having me. It's been a good day.
It's been a good day.
Hi, Jeff.
Hey, what's up, guys? Friends
Jeff, some would say you woke up choosing violence today.
That's what Lily says.
What do you have to say about that?
Violence, let's see. No, it's actually just a nice, warm invitation. Hallmark card style.
I got those vibes.
And so, that was just a misunderstanding. And sometimes...
No, Jeff, that was not a misunderstanding. Let's just roll the footage from we'll just put it up. You can... It wasn't violent. Lily's being dramatic. But here's what Jeff posted this morning. You can leave it up. We let everybody see the now Jeff. That was the morning Jeff. Pre-coffee, I think. Veskies, don't be scared. Drop the remote is what he says. Just drop the remote is what he's saying in that video. And then you have a lot of recoil in a sense, don't you? Like some people responded. We got Nico responding a little bit. Here's his, and you repost it. Everybody, you can read that. It's just, I think it's great. I think it's just dramatic. And Jeff, how's your DMs been this last couple hours from those?
Well, people are just missing the point, to be honest, man. Like, it was really just an invitation, okay? Look, we have been working for this for a while, as far as us racing with the Vesc guys. Now that it's here, the one rule is, to make it happen, is they would drop the remotes and we would race. Now, if they don't want to drop the remotes, that is totally fine. They can continue to do what is there for them to do now and what was there last year. But I think to not... go and race each other on the same platform to really to bring a lot of excitement to the sport is a lost cause. Just like in sports, there's different teams, and that kind of helps. The overall that's what helped the sport is the different teams playing each other. Okay.
Yeah.
And so with One Wheel, it's so new that this is the first time that's ever happened, and so people are just taking like offense to it when really I'm just trying to say, hey, let's go ahead and race together. You would drop the remote to even be able to race with us in our group. And on that same note, I wish I had a remote. And if I had a remote, I wouldn't mind remote versus remote. But unfortunately, right now, today's reality, the ORL, which is sponsored by Onewheel, the people that are actually putting a lot of people on the boards, which I have high respect for because they birth thousands of one-wheelers every year, is just put down the remote, And
Put
so,
it down. Yes.
And you don't have, like I said, it's just an invitation. So we could all be in one category and race together. And it'd be exciting. It'd be really exciting.
Yeah. So I have the remote that I put down long ago. This is for my boosted board. And I actually hate my biggest complaint with electric skateboards. I got a lot,
remote.
But is the remote. Like, why do I got to do this? Like, I don't want to think about this, the trigger up and down. And now it's all of a sudden coming back into this community where, if you remember, Jeff, 10 years ago, Onewheel's biggest what's the word I'm looking for? Nemesis, thank you. It was the boosted board. And the biggest thing was, look, you could be remoteless. Now people have forgotten about that. And 10 years later, we're trying to bring back remotes to where we control the nose and tilting and all those things. And I get it. It's a lot of advantages to go up the pump tracks and all those things. And it's crazy wild. It's the Wild Wild West right now. But I put it down. I said no. But Jeff, if you need I can send this to you. You just got to reprogram it if you need a remote. I'm here to help you out.
My Vesc doesn't work, so I can't.
Yeah, I saw that the other day. You were riding. He was riding it, and he said, "Hey, this is my Vesc, and this is what," and it was like all jerky.
Not how it's supposed to ride.
I've had a bad experience with it. I hate to poke the bear because I really, in all honesty, would like to have it ridden, have it rideable. But it's kind of crazy. I've been working on this thing since last summer, and I've yet to take it on the trails. And it's just unfortunate because a lot of the best guys always trash talk the FM board. But in reality, if I didn't have an FM board, I wouldn't even be riding. So,
and let's be honest. You're doing some pretty incredible things on the Future Motion board. I know we like to say, oh, this one's better than that. I do think it all is breeding good competition and making progression happening. And so I want to make sure people understand that. I get it that we need a little bit of that Vesc in this community to help progress the sport on and on and on. But I did see, Nico comes in and says, well, then replace the conversation from remotes to foot hooks. He's like, then out with foot hooks.
That's irrelevant because Nico rides footholds. So Nico, let's drop the remote and the footholds, and I guess you could race with it. But footholds are really good for the sport because we're flying over stuff, we're jumping. It's more exciting. Race for the Rail the last couple of years, it's been great. We've made it all the way to ESPN. And people that don't ride one wheels, they just don't get it. They see it and it seems a little lame. It seems kind of nerdy. You really can't translate how much skill it takes to do some of the things that we're doing. And so I'm just advocating for footholds because me personally, I've been really excited what I've been able to do with my footholds. Because I came in thinking footholds are lame, okay? I'm a skateboarder, and I was like, flight fins was out, and I was like, I'm not riding those. And so it wasn't until the underground circuit where 1st through 7th place was all on footholds because we're going down gnarly stuff going really fast, and it's more than an XR now. You actually need something with your holding your foot if we're going to compete and go crazy with it, right? And so I think that would be a more entertaining show, us going faster speeds over different features. We're doing launches, and we're staying on the board. So it's like a dirt bike race. You don't see all those dirt bike guys out there falling all over the place. So there's many people with me on this, on that level of the guys last year that were Race for the Rail.
Yeah.
I would say more than half of the people would love footholds at Race for the Rail even. And so, I'm just going to keep working that angle.
Yeah, I it'll be interesting. For me being a fan, and obviously I have a particular style, but I'm not racing to compete. I do want to get better in things, but I tried foot hooks for a while, and I just haven't found a set that I'm like, oh, I really like those. Some of it is the position of my feet are almost in the middle of the foot pads, so flight fins don't work because I'm not close enough to the fender, and I'm not far enough to the back end of the board to where something like Control Freaks would be perfect for me, though Control Freaks were something that I really thought I would really like because of its small stature and size and lightweight to it. And so I tend to just not do foot hooks because of just where the placement of my foot is. However, this leads into the conversation of something that you guys have, something that you're cooking up over there at Onewheel Parts, right? You guys just talked about this on Monday. And what was that big announcement that you guys are talking about?
Okay, we have a foothold that is going to be hitting the market this year called the Hooker. It's a outside board foothold, and I'm very excited about getting it out there. We are about to get the actual billet machine-made prototype here in the next month, and so I'll be showing it on the stories.
Yeah, we have a prototype picture.
You'll see it. Actually, I have the 3D print right here.
Oh yeah, you got that. There's the picture of it. Yeah.
Oh, that's cool with it in both sides.
And it matches the brand of the skeleton rails.
Exactly. And so since we have the skeleton rail design, we have now these adapters for your different hooks that are going to be skeletonized billet aluminum. So it's going to be sick.
Sweet.
Different colors, obviously.
Yeah. So that goes right on top of the foot pad. Is that right?
It goes right on top. Yes, ma'am. And there's no foothold out there right now that have the V2 hooks right here. The V2 hooks, because of the angle needed, other adapters out there couldn't hang with the V2s. And so we've made an adapter that's actually for the V2 because the V2 is actually just more durable. It's plastic injected molded versus 3D printed.
Yeah.
And so, we're really excited about it, man.
I think they look sweet. The video you guys released, both on your Instagram account and then on Onewheel Parts Instagram account. Am I making this up? But is there a way to slide them a little bit forward? They're not like just stuck in one position, correct?
Yeah, they will be in one position. You'll be able to have a different shoe height adjustability.
There you go.
So there will be a little bit of adjustability built in. Therefore, you can kind of dial into your own personal shoe size.
That's pretty cool, man. Like, I like the how everybody is just taking what somebody's doing and making it either better or a different style to it. And the great thing is, like, all of these foot hooks are probably not the Goldilocks for everybody because everybody rides with different shoes and different shoe size, and it's cool to be able to try these. So any date when this is going to drop, or is that still to be determined?
Still be determined, but we actually are hitting it hard. I would guesstimate in the next couple months.
Okay.
You'll see me ripping these bad boys.
So, like, we have a video of you on something else you guys been cooking up, which is the 007s, the skeleton version of that, which are awesome looking. And you just are flying over a gap with them. Is this using some kind of foot hook? Let's roll that footage, and you can tell us you put this on Instagram. Like, bro, this is some air.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
Now, are these control freaks, or are these what you guys are putting out there?
So these are control freaks. Shout out to Riley Johnson for really dialing in the control freak. I've been rocking that for the last maybe 7 or 8 months. A lot of fun, and we're trying to go forward, trying to bring something to the market that's a little different than that, and that's going to be readily available. And so that's kind of we kind of got some influence from the control freaks. There's no secret there. But yeah, we're trying to bring something to the market that's a little different. Has our sauce on it, and that's readily available. So definitely want to go ahead and just shout out Riley Johnson because that's the homie. And those were called control freaks. And so with control freaks, real quick on that same note, there's going to be 2 different price tiers. We're not going to have so with his going to be around $250. Ours is going to be a little more expensive. So there's going to be 2 different price markets where I feel like Riley's going to be doing just great with the control freaks over there, and then we're not going to have a cheap hooker, so it's going to be in it's going to be a little more expensive, and so looking forward to bringing that out for you guys. But I did see a little bit of hate, about some certain things about us copying control freaks, and it's like, dude, we're just actually bringing something to the market that you guys have been asking for, and it's just a different option. Okay, we're using different hooks, and so that.
Yeah, it seems different. I've not, again, if I'm choosing at the moment, Control Freaks are the go-to around here. We have a couple of sets of those, and they're very easy, lightweight. It'll be great to compare to what you guys are putting out. I'm assuming because it's made out of billet, it's going to be a bit of a stouter Control Freak, and the way you guys are having it installed is a little bit different as well. So it'll be interesting to see the final.
More of a polished product. It's going to be more of a polished product, and I think people are going to appreciate it once it's available. And yeah, I mean it's different. It's a billet aluminum adapter, and it's gonna be sick, dude. I can't wait to have it for you guys.
Yeah, that's sweet, bro. I mean, it'll be like you guys are putting out some great products out there. It does seem, in the tier of the community, you guys are the higher end of products in price, but in durability. We have your 357s here.
Of rails. Why would we not have the Ferrari of footholds?
Yes.
Why would we not have the Ferrari of footholds when we already have the Ferrari of rails?
Yes.
Look at these bad boys.
No, that's sweet. I get it. Now,
what's that color?
Yeah, Holly wants to know what that color is.
Tiffany blue or seafoam green.
What?
Or seafoam green.
It's teal, baby.
You're trying to cover all your bases with that.
No, I think it's great. I said this in the intro for you. What I appreciate is that if you're into really modding out your one wheel and you're like, hey, I don't want a black hub, you can go get a really stout hub from you that has bajillion color options, and you can just make a very personalized one wheel from your
5-inch.
Ooh, pretty.
Yeah, I saw that on there.
Black on teal.
I like that.
Yeah,
do you have pink?
I think that's so sweet.
I like pink.
Yeah, I think we can get some pink for you.
Oh, you don't need to get it just for me.
Well, it's always nice that if you can get a little bit of pink.
I love pink.
I was going to say in his video right there, he showed where it had the rails and then the matching hub. It looked sweet.
I think it looks sweet. Like you guys have the swag of one wheels where you can just go. I know all of my kids are sitting here going, man, I wish, I want that, Dad. I want my one wheel to look like that. So you guys are doing great. I watch what you guys are doing at One Wheel Parts, and you, Jeff, and all my kids are going, no, that's sweet. How do I get my one wheel like that? And I'm like, well, get a job or get spray paint. Those are your two options. Because 8 of your products.
Get a job. Start young.
Yeah. I tried to tell them, you got to get a job for those things. We'll get you started, and then what you do from there is up to them. So let's talk about the 007s as you've been rocking those out. Those now, you get those rails. You don't have to worry about the lack of being able to tilt your board, correct?
All right, so at first I was riding the tallest setting, and on steep upsends I would have to kind of feather the nose a little bit because I was used to 357s, and that extra clearance in the 357s is, obviously the game changer of those rails. But with the no tilt stuff with the GTS, we were forced to kind of have like a stock nose, and so obviously there was like a clearance loss a little bit there, and so I dialed in on the top setting and feathering the nose. Well, with the gradient tracking now, oh my God, I got a new board last weekend. There is no feathering any nose. You can like literally just mob up a hill and you're fine now. So I would suggest upgrading to the newest firmware and using the gradient tracking. But yeah, I mean the 007s, they're the latest and greatest rail that I'm rocking. I'm not even rocking any 357s because of the tilt thing. So I got 2 sets of 007s. That's what I will be racing this season. They give you the same. Even though I'm rocking the highest setting, I still feel low. Like I don't know if it's like my 11-inch, 5-inch tire that's providing that feeling for me, but I still feel like lower and locked in. And then the 7-degree back, it's just I don't really like the stock tail. It seems like it's a little tail draggy, but I will say the firmware helped with that. I am landing a lot more level, like I'm like landing like a skateboard, like on a skateboard, and so it's not really tail dragging anymore. Really excited about the gradient tracking and the tail dragging thing they fixed.
Yeah, right. Like the firmware, it is like you got a new board when that came out, because all of a sudden some of those trails in just the chunky sections, it just rides different. It's one of those things that, wow, you can tell that upgrade was a game changer. And so thank you to the factory team that really got that to all of us. That's a lot of fun. If you haven't updated your GTS with that, I don't know what you're waiting for. This is like, I know some people are like, I'm not updating my board anymore because I don't want to get haptic buzz. Well, it comes already on your GTS. So go ahead, install the latest, and you'll get to see some of those cool features. Again, I know that our Vesc community is going, well, we've had that. I get it. Like that's a poking the bear deal. Vesc would say it's all available to you when you first get your Vesc. Yeah, it is when somebody makes it available or comes up with the idea. It is. Anything else, Jeff, you want to say on the topic of drop the remote or for the race season before you have to go pick up little Jeff here? Anything else you want to say to end that conversation?
I mean, I think drop the remote if you want to come race with the guys that are going to be, going hard at ORL. If you want some good friendly competition, just jump on in our category, drop your remote. If that triggers you, then you probably want to go ahead and, hold your pillows tight at night and just hold on that remote. And then you guys will race all together in your little 10 to 15 or 20. And you guys can be king of the mountain. Now, really quick, guys.
Wait. Well, the thing I love the most about all of that is like they're such fighting words with the most like
gentle way of delivery.
Tone. Like it's like I just think you're so great, Jeff.
Well, here's the thing, guys. Like I think that they reacted a little crazy this morning, and so maybe I'm feeling some sort of way, you know what I mean? But I still love them at the end of the day, and I think it'd be more fun to race us. Like if I was a Vesc guy, I think I would take like what I'm saying and be like, oh, you know what? I'll go race this dude. Okay, I'll put the remote down for a couple of races. I mean, what's the problem with a couple of races, you know? And I get that it's more safe and more fun. But if it's a rule that you can race us without the remote, I mean, why not just do it for a couple of races? Like, it's not that big a deal, you know? But what it is they were attacking me of being greedy, but I think they're being greedy by not dropping the remote because they're chasing number one. When if they drop the remote, it's going to build more momentum and more hype around Onewheel racing. The only person putting in on Onewheel racing is Onewheel. Okay, they're the ones that are sponsoring all these events. And shout out to everyone that's doing the races too, like Dirt Surfer, Seek and Shred, everyone that's putting stuff together. Justin Thompson, they're doing a lot of work as well. But Onewheel is the one that is putting in on growing this sport. And so even the Vesc guys, I feel like they need to kind of give credit where credit's due because they're not coming out with Vesc championship. Where's the Vesc rail? Right. And so, I think them racing us would definitely grow the sport. I think it'd get way more people excited because it needs excitement, and competition's exciting when there's a little trash talk on both sides and there's two different sides. I mean, I feel like, it's too soft if we're just being offended by me saying, hey, drop the remote and race us. Like literally people were offended by that. And all I did was invite some people to race. And if you don't want to drop the remote, then that is completely fine. I'm not mad at that at all. But to be angry because I said, hey, guys, let's drop the remote and race all in these races in the same category. I mean, for me, that's a no-brainer to advocate that. You know what I mean? So it's the first year even possible to do it. So anyone that wouldn't suggest that they're scared themselves if they want to do it. Like why would I be scared to ask these guys if they want to race? Like, I don't get it.
Right.
Either way,
well, you
guys, I love.
Yeah. Hey, I do think. I do think when you're bringing up a great point in that we hear it all the time. Every week, somebody's dropping a comment. What's the deal with Onewheel? They won't allow this into the race, and it's like, well, they're the ones paying for the race. Like, Vesc should go have your championship. It's a bit like,
you know what though, the underground circuit is kind of like that.
And who just won that? A GTS just won over the weekend. Austin Silva coming home with a GTS because he won the underground, right?
Yeah, word on the street is he gave it to Nico, and Nico's not even going to ride it because he's just going to use it for the tunes that are going to be dropped so he can stay ahead of the curve. He's not even going to ride it. Nico, ride the GTS.
Do you really think he's not going to try it?
We'll see what Nico says.
We reached out to Nico to see if he'll be on the show next week to talk about those. I did confirm with Austin Silva today that Austin did win the GTS, and he gave it to Nico. In the hopes that he might ride it and things like that. So again, the legend of cool. Austin Silva
is
and Mercedes grows, right? Like they're just growing. What's that?
Super motivated. I was just saying, shout out to both those guys, Austin and Mercedes. They're super motivational to me, and they're the best they're amongst the best shredders in the world. So
yeah,
they are. Yeah, they're not just around them; they are. And the homies around him, the best shredders in the world. But yeah, shout out to Austin Mercedes.
For real. Like I confirmed with Austin. I was like, Austin, is this true? I'm hearing this. And he's like, yep. And his whole deal was hopes that he would get to ride the board, that Nico would keep and ride it. So just adds to the whole season of racing. And Jeff, we're going to be rooting you on from here. You're a fun one for us to
always
follow and get them to see you at Dirt Servers. Happy birthday this Sunday.
Ooh.
Real quick, guys. Hey, real quick. This Sunday, all right, all this shit I've been talking, I'll be in Eureka Springs the whole weekend.
Yeah.
Come get it, baby.
It. We got Hermes. We got Strava. Come bring those best times. Bring the remote. Shit. Let's get it.
I like it.
I'm sorry for cursing, guys.
Give a birthday gift to Jeff on Saturday or Sunday. Come race him. He'll film it. We'll show it here. We'll talk about it because
what fun.
It's going to be
39 trail miles Sunday. 39 trail miles Sunday, straight up. I'm turning 39. Come rip it with an old man. I got you guys.
39. I'm trying to think, Jeff, if I'm going to do that. Again, I turned 46, so I'd have to almost ride close to 50 miles on Sunday.
Do a little coffee run or something in the morning. Do a little quick concrete ride, in the morning.
I think I might make this happen. I might
46 miles in the whole weekend.
No, on one day.
Okay, that's a good idea.
At 46 on Sunday. Lil, you in?
I'll do
my birthday gift.
I'll do 4 points.
My birthday gift. Let's do it. Come on.
My God. Between me and Holly.
0.46.
No.
I'll do 0.46.
No. I want a group ride. Jeff, you've inspired us. A group ride on Sunday at 46 miles.
That's all day.
I don't know about that.
Hey, he'll do the first 20 bucks solo dolo, and you guys kind of, Uber to a middle spot.
Yeah, if that's how they're going to treat me on my birthday, go by yourself, Scott.
I was asking him earlier today.
I just came up with it. Jeff inspired me. We have the same birthday. We should both ride the amount of our... This is great, Jeff.
How many hours will that take?
I'm going to go fast. I'm on my GT.
It's an all-day thing.
So as long as you reach 46, I can just go and you'll do laps, and I'll just. I'm
gonna. My goal is to get faster this year, Jeff, and I'm gonna leverage this 46 miles riding. I'm gonna try to average 20 miles an hour the whole time.
Oh wow! I was gonna,
I'm not in trails though, Jeff. I'd be on
Someone
pavement.
says, I've ridden 79 miles in a day on an OG pint. You have no excuses.
That's right, Lily.
I feel challenged by that.
You should be. All right, Jeff. We know you got to go get little Jeff. Anything else you want to say? We could talk with you all day, bro. You are a pleasure to hang around.
No, I will say log on to onewheelparts.com and don't be mad at me and just still, get some foam grip. I don't want the Vesc guys to be like, dude, freak Onewheel Parts. This is not personal, guys. All right. So,
no one should do that.
Lighten up a little bit. I love all y'all. Seriously, guys.
Honestly, I think the one wheel.
Drop the remote. Then don't drop the remote. It's not a big deal.
Here's what Jeff's saying: don't drop the remote. I'll still kick your butt. That's what Jeff is saying there.
Don't drop the remote. Yeah.
Okay. Wait. Last thing, Jeff. When are we going to hear the announcement of a Onewheel Parts racing team? Come on, you're talking about competition.
We have one basically, we have one, basically, yeah.
No, I'm not looking for basically. I want you to go up against the factory team. I want you to go against the factory. I need somebody out there that's going. We're lining up to go against the factory team.
The Onewheel Parts racing team is basically the slept-on, could have been on the factory team, okay? We're coming in, all right? Some might say that we're the B team. Listen here, the B team has a lot of fight, okay?
There's a lot of stories about the B team.
So we'll come on in there and we'll give them a run for their money. But no, shout out to Factory Team. I love all those guys.
I know you love them, but we need somebody that's going to go, no, I'm lining up as a team to go against the Factory. Because, again, if you're this past weekend, the Factory Team dominated. And we're going to talk about that race after Jeff hangs up with us. They dominated. I think that's going to be the narrative all because the Vest didn't hang. I know they want to say they did.
No, to be honest, there could be see that one wasn't official ORL, but
I know.
Shout out to when Kyle Hansen with fun stuff, but the ones that are going to be official premieres and regionals and all that good stuff, if they drop the remote, they would actually be in the top 10. Like you could win first place at Dirt Surfers on a Vesc, and you could be talking big money ish. Okay, come on down. Literally,
drop the remote.
It's a couple races. Tune it.
Drop it
real quick. It's all about tuning your board versus just going and lifting it up on the fly. Like, you know what I mean? Like, come race a tuned board. I'm racing this tuned board. Future Motion has the best tune all day. Like, it's always had the best tune. Every time I'm on a Vesc, it feels like a 96 Kia. It really does.
Nice.
It's like all power steering's going out and stuff. This Future Motion.
Oh my gosh,
dude! It feels like really nice. The tune, whoever's working up there at Future Motion, they know their stuff. Seriously.
Yeah. I don't disagree. I got a text from one of the top tier riders. I'm not going to drop their name, but I got a text on this topic here as we send you off. This is what they said. I think racing with footholds is a direction that the vast majority of racers will be going over time. Might as well allow it now. Remotes allow us to tilt the boards proactively, whereas shaping can only react to what it's already riding over. The only downside is shaping doesn't seem any new innovation. Once we start relying on a remote for our adjustments, and we won't see how far we could have gotten it without a remote. That's true. If we start going remotes, people will forget updating the software with all that. That's what that point of that is.
Dado from the Mac Daddy of Vesc. Dado says he's with me on Drop the Remote.
Yes.
Another Mac Daddy of Vesc man. He
build
says,
an army.
I don't even rock a remote. Okay, so take notes, Vesc guys. All right, Daddy-O's with me. We got Best Man with me. All right, he said I don't even use a remote. Go look at him doing blunt slides and freaking nollie airs and stuff at the skate park. Okay, so we're just trying to beef it. We're trying to hype this sport up, Scott. And if there's two sides, there's gonna be freaking fans at the finish line saying like FM sucks or Vesc sucks. Like we want that kind of hype, man. So let's make this more entertaining, like a legit sport versus people that are soft and not good. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Don't be too soft out there, guys. Don't be too soft.
I got you, Jeff. All right, Jeff, you got to go get little Jeff. Thank you for a little bit of time with us today. It's always a pleasure. We have no idea where the conversation's going to go, and it's always enjoyable.
And it's all love.
Yes.
All love.
Yes,
Thank you, guys. Shout out to the chat. Love y'all.
Have a good one, bro. Have a good one. That was Jeff, everyone. He's a pro one-wheeler.
Oh, man. He's
skilled.
So funny.
He is skilled. What a great privilege to have him on. I wore my Jeff Adair hoodie. He seems to wear this quite often, and you saw it in even a couple of the videos we played of him, and I thought I'd wear it in honor of him today. Again, we should have a scrolling thing at the bottom. Not all opinions stated by guests are things that we agree or adhere to.
But they sure are funny.
They are hilarious. Jeff, always a pleasure. Definitely one of our good friends here. Always putting a smile. I like my cheeks hurt from smiling so much from that guy. He's always good to ride with. He is fast. That dude, nothing gnarly scares him, which scares me for him. He at some point he needs to say, no, I won't jump that. We were riding with Nick and Rachel a couple weeks ago down in Arkansas, and there was this massive gap, and Nick goes, oh man, I got to remember that gap. Jeff will jump that. And I'm looking at it, I was like, that's the length of a semi.
That's so true, because when we were down in Dirt Surfers, you guys were always like, I'm going to save this ride for Jeff. He's got to go down this cliff.
Yeah. Yeah. Crazy. Okay, let's get to some other things. We got some really cool updates from the past weekend that maybe you missed. If you're not following social media, if you're not feeling Kyle Fun Hansen, you should go give him a follow. They just put on one of the most fun weekend races to kick off really the race season. I know it's not a sanctioned or premier race from the ORL, but it kicks off the season. They rent out a roller rink or however, I don't know the ins and outs of it, but we went and scoured the internet and we just got some of the highlight footages from the weekend. And so we want to be able to just share in case you missed it. Now, I know if you're listening to this, you're not going to get to actually see it. We'll try to explain it. First, they had some human being on a one wheel on the pump track juggling. No idea if this was the opening act. Here's the footage of it. Some guy, some amazingly skilled, talented human. If we could read the one, there you go. See the juggling guy?
Wow.
I possess not that skill.
I feel like it's even more difficult being on a pump track.
Yeah, can you hit that again? Like, come on, this is crazy.
This is crazy.
Would you ride that?
No.
Not on a pump track.
Man.
Well, I wouldn't. I don't know how to juggle, so I wouldn't even be.
I don't have that skill. I couldn't do that.
That's impressive. Well done.
That's super impressive. They started the weekend out with picking up the trash in the surrounding city.
Trash pickup.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. Way to leverage
super
groups
cool.
of people coming out, and then that's Floyd McFly cleaning up at Wheel Fun Stuff. You can give that a follow as well. That's Kyle from the factory team helping pick up trash. Tyler, sorry. What a cool idea to gather a bunch of people and go clean up the city, running around on one wheels.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Instead of just mobbing, it was like picking it up. I thought that was really cool. Put a smile on my face.
Trash pickup.
I think, man, I just wonder, how do we incorporate that in a lot of different of those festivals and stuff to make where we're at a better place? I thought that was so cool. It was a very close race. They had multiple heats on a pump track. We do have a footage, a preview of the pump track from somebody's like chest cam or something of this. This is what the course looked like from somebody's just vantage point. This looks like a lot of fun. I don't know the actual length. Maybe somebody in the chat today will be able to tell us what the length of the track was.
Yeah, it looks like fun. I would love to ride that.
Definitely would take skill. I could see where a remote totally would have an advantage here because you could tilt the nose up. Now, maybe with the new firmware update, it's less of an important piece. Right in front of our screen was Nico flying. He was flying that weekend. But what a fun little...
Cool. Is it just like an oval, or is it going around and back and forth like a whole
It's not track? Oval, Holly. It I don't know how to best explain it. It's a couple different downs and back. That's Kyle Hansen,
that's cool.
One of the creators of the weekend and Wheel Fun Stuff. So there is the view of the pump track, so you can get a good idea what this race looked like. And then to watch all of the footage coming out, man, the male final run right here. Look how close it is.
That's a great shot.
Yeah,
I didn't see that.
That's Nico, a Vesc rider at the top.
Neck and neck.
You have then the Wheel Neil right there, factory team guy, and then you have Kyle. I don't know if this is the final race because Austin is not in that picture. But then here comes in the final race. Here you go. You've got the order coming in. There is Austin Silva coming in at the last to get second. Boom, right there. And then here's the podium of that you just saw him cross the finish line here. The men's podium right there. Well done. And when we're talking about the One Wheel Factory team, 1 and 2 are two guys from the factory team. And Kyle Hansen, that dude just can ride. I don't know what board he was riding because when you go back to the neck and neck shot, if we can put that shot back up there.
He's on something different.
Yeah. I don't know what, I did not reach out to him, but he's riding either an XR or it's a Vesc XR, but it is not GTS. But you have a GTS being ridden by the Wheel Neil.
Yeah.
Then you have the podium spot, our two GTSs up there. We're just, just so you understand, we're just reporting the news. We are not suggesting anything. You can take your own conclusions from the podium spot there. Two GTSs on the podium against at least a couple of Vescs out there. Nico was riding. I think he takes a spill, I think, inside it. It's hard for me to know what or when the race is. Like, I saw footage of him just taking, I think, high on the wall, and then he falls. I don't know what heat that was in. And then you got the ladies. Again, this is us trying to scour our Instagram accounts to find out who's what. We don't have a podium shot, but here is the top 3 names in a shot of the ladies coming through. You have Allie, you have Mercedes Silva, and then you have, I believe that's Heather. It's on the other side of the studio.
Yeah.
Those are your top 3. Mercedes coming in second, Allie being number 1. after reporting from her words, I'm really going to take it easy this year. If that's taking it easy and you podium,
You're
watch out,
killing it
everybody.
This is her type of racing, though.
Watch
so.
out, everybody. Allie's coming.
This is her type. It's a little
Austin-
more trick race.
Yeah, it's true. Austin confirmed that Kyle was racing on an XR.
There you go.
Nice.
That's amazing.
So, and he held his own with an XR. So
Yeah,
that's
I'd
pretty
say.
fun to watch that. But fun to, again, we say it a lot here that it does come down to the rider on a lot of these boards, remote included or hooks included. All those things are great. I can go get all of those things. I ain't going to be Austin or any of the factory team. I'm just not going to beat them. I'm not even going to hang with them. In spirit, I would. In my heart, I'd be like, wait up, guys. I'm coming, guys. Don't leave me. But I get it. It is a bunch of, it's the riders in it. And I think we're going to find out more and more of that as the sport grows, that these add-ons to the sport are great and fun, but it is the rider. The rider, you've got to put the work in. You've got to work on the lines. You've got to study a lot of things. And so I hope Jeff is serious about putting a One Wheel Parts factory team together or something so that we have two teams that are like legitimately saying, I'm coming for you. I have a feeling Lloyd's Board Shop, we haven't asked him here, Lloyd's Board Shop, give them a follow on Instagram. They're posting Riders of the Week and stuff here. I think they're coming. Now they're a local here. That would be really cool to see them come in. They have one of the dark horses last year. She's on their team of the women's ORL. So could be a thing.
Yeah.
Could be a thing.
One of Austin's comments in here is that this track was so fun because they could have 3 or 4 wide. Like you don't always have that. You can pass. So that's pretty fun. I'm sure it was a blast.
I think that's one of the things that the sport does miss is it is a lot of one-on-ones and times. I do think in racing what makes it a lot of fun is when it's bumping each other. I think what makes Lily and I are pretenders. We're not contenders. But when we're racing and you see us out there together, the interaction of how do I get around that individual? How do I leverage them not being able to be technical in that spot?
Yeah, that's part of it.
It's part of it. It makes it a lot of fun. I wish there was an element in a lot of these races to be able to get more side-by-side racing. But again, we're racing trails, and that's not conducive into these single-track things. I enjoy the enduros, where you get to see times and stuff. I think there's a place for that. But boy, this weekend, what makes this one so special is the content that comes out from all of the different creators and people just posting, from Craft and Ride to Austin and Mercedes posting, and from Kyle and Allie posting, and a bunch of people. You're just getting to watch what was taking place. It was really cool to see everybody's vantage point of the races. It would be cool if that was happening across the board. Another cool thing we should probably bring you up to speed on about actually, I got a question for any of those that raced it. And Austin, if you're still with us, did the gradient tracking help you on that race? Because there's a big pump track. That's not the pump track we have in our trails, which is where it's much more closer in the pumps part. So did it help or hurt you over the race? Or did you turn it off? Just be interesting to know how the GTS new features helped into that.
Someone said earlier that it definitely would not help.
It wouldn't?
But I don't know
But I don't know that
person
they were
raced.
a racer there.
Yeah.
So,
Correct.
Austin, if you are in, that would be...
Now, I go back to the... I forget what picture it was, but there was a picture I saw. I thought it was of Mercedes. She was coming up one of the... I can't get a good shot. It's somewhere where we could see it. I can't remember. I saw it, and it was somebody on GTS, and they were coming up and now going down, and their nose is a little high. And I felt like, was that gradient tracking left on because it was trying to adjust from the up? Nonetheless, you get a practice on that. Again, so much fun to just see that right there, the footage of them coming together. It's something cool that One Wheel's doing. We need to bring to your attention, and you only got like 2.5 weeks now. They're doing One Wheel trade-ins. Here's one of their shorts they posted. Pretty clever way to get the news out. You got to go. It's worth a watch on YouTube because it's hilarious, actually.
It was funny.
We buy used One Wheels all of a sudden. And this is something the community's been asking. Well, can I trade my One Wheel in? It used to be you just had to go sell it on Craigslist and take that money, but now you can. And there are ways you got to go punch in your serial number. They put a whole video out how to do it. You get your serial number, and then is it eligible to be turned in? They give you a yes.
You how much.
Yep. You ship it back, and then they'll give you how much it's worth. And if the GT's in good shape, I think it's $1,200. If the XR's in good shape, I think it's $800. but they don't take pints, folks. Pint X's and pints are no-goes.
But what was cool is they send you the label to ship it to them.
Correct.
Like, you don't pay the shipping on that, which is pretty sweet. And then you get the code to put towards your GTS.
Right.
And they're doing it to celebrate, what is it? An anniversary?
Oh, I don't. It's 10 years. But
10 years.
that's what they're doing to celebrate?
That's what I heard.
Oh, I didn't catch that part. There you go. 10 years anniversary to celebrate. It's a cool way to upgrade. And I've been trying to, people ask, oh, Scott, would you take advantage of that? I would, if I didn't have so many kids that needed to continue to upgrade. And I think people thought I was putting down the idea of this. I think the idea is tremendous. But if I'm upgrading, I need to hand it down because we have pints that are just aging out. We've had the pints since the first year, and the kids are now bigger, and we don't have range with them, and we've replaced a lot of the batteries and things of that nature. And it's like, no, GTs just need to be handed down. So it's not advantageous to hand those in, because the value is much more just to hand them down. And so for us in this house, we just keep pushing our things all the way down. Now, Lily could do it. She's a family of a GT and an XR, but you'd be down to one board.
Right.
And that's...
unless you could do it right away, it might be advantageous to keep the GT, send the XR in. You never know.
You never know. But cool, take advantage if you want.
You the opportunity.
Yeah, I think it's a cool idea for sure.
People have been asking for it, so
why not take advantage of it? Super simple. I believe that when they put out their very first video, full length on YouTube, they even said that they would take a board that was broken. I think they evaluate that when it gets in and it's less money, but they will take that board and use it, which is pretty cool of them to do that. I don't know what they're going to do with the boards, you're now accumulating a bunch of stuff.
Right.
What are you doing with them? I would like to know, not because I am some conspiracy.
You're just curious.
Yeah, well, what you going to do with that? I think it'd be pretty cool to know what their plans are. Maybe they're going to make some art piece with it or repurpose them. Who knows? But cool. Take advantage.
It's a way to get a GTS to you.
Yes.
In a cheaper fashion.
And I want to, maybe we haven't clearly said this, but when it comes to the ORL and the racing, a lot of people are so irritated with Onewheel because they won't let Vescs or these different types of float wheels race in the actual event at the ORL, the main event. They're like, why don't they open it? Onewheel's killing the brand. They're killing the sport. I cannot wrap my head around that thinking because it's their race. They are fully funding it. So they get to set the rules. And I'm with where Jeff's saying, then those that want this open all thing, then go make your own race and grow it, and you get to set the rules. They are paying for it. They are funding it. Yeah, and it's their boards. So they get to set it. They're not killing the sport. They're creating it. You want a different version of it. It's a little bit of a lot of the sports where you have baseball, you have the American League, and you have the National League. And they both have different rules. And then they come together during the World Series and they find out which one's the best. Same with the NFL. The Super Bowl is two sides of the NFL, and you're going to find out which it is, the AFL or the NFL side, right? And come in together, and they're going to collide in a ring and find out what's going to happen. So I think you're seeing that develop, but I just think the other side needs to create their event.
I think they probably, that's so true. But I think on Future Motion, they also, it goes back to a little bit of the safety thing. Like if they're going to have this whole event and you can have boards that you've worked on and this and that, whatever, well, then they're liable for all that. So they want their boards stock.
But I think I can see it from any company that's doing it. Why are they going to not leverage something? They're putting on a race. Why wouldn't they leverage it to get the most bang for the buck when they've already said the race is not profitable for them? So why wouldn't you leverage it, the footage of it throughout the year to be a marketing piece and be able to sell boards and stuff? I can get behind that. I can understand that. Now, I think it'd be really cool if Vesc or Float Wheel would go and hold their own race, and then you get the best of Float Wheel and you get the best of the Onewheel, and all of a sudden they go and compete in a side-by-side race. You took the best of the best, and boom, here you go. And it fits every division. You got a male, female, you have pros, groms, all these different things. Get them together. Oh, I think that'd be real special, real unique, fun to watch. So what Jeff and I are suggesting today, as he called you, Veskies, let's create a Vesc race. And then if I want to race in it, guess what? I got to go get a Vesc. I can't show up with a Future Motion board. And then let's find it out. I think it would be a lot of fun. But I'm here for it and excited for it. The other thing Onewheel has dropped is a lot of module parts on their website. Over 50 new parts that you can go on their website and purchase if you have broken pieces on XR, Pints, Pint X's, GTs, and GTSs. You can go purchase some of those things. So if you have your board and it's breaking down and you need some parts, go see if you can get it off of their thing. Again, the year of modular, they have said they're working on and they're doing it. I think it's pretty cool. They announced that a couple weeks ago. They are doing what they said they're doing or going to do. Now, a lot of us would like it to be faster. I'm not one of them. I got patience. I'm like, okay, got it. It takes a long time to do some of these things, but it's happening, which is spectacular. They are doing some of those things that they have suggested they would do. So pretty stoked about that. I'm stoked. You know what else I'm stoked on? This race season. Let's run through some of the races. We just learned of a new, not a race, but a festival or a meetup, which is the Stoke Miami event festival. That is in February 22nd through the 25th, which is this weekend.
Stoke Bird.
Interesting.
Yeah, we are formerly from that area. That is happening this weekend. So this is one and done announcement for it. It's just a good ride. They even have a speed limit. If you go to their website, it's pretty funny. They tell you how fast you can ride on the street, sidewalks, and trails. I don't know if that's supposed to be funny or if it's real deal, but it's all on their website. You can go to, can you look, Lil? Is it stokebird.com?
Oh, yeah, I can look.
Wow. I was talking to Lil and she was just...
No, I was looking at the image for the website. I was confused.
Because it says click a link, but we don't have the link there for you to...
Stokebird.com.
Is it that?
Yeah.
Okay. So you can go to stokebird.com and get all the information if you're local area, or you want to go warm up maybe from the north and you're just tired of this soggy wetness and you're going down there to ride. Great. Have a fun time. A couple other races that we're going to just go through really quick because you need to get signed up or start planning on racing. Holly's in on the dirt surfer side of things. Pretty exciting for her. Beginner.
Good for you, Holly.
You're just going to show up. That's great. But here you go. Let's just run through them. I would kind of have them in order, but we might not. Let's throw them on the screen. We have the Lemonade Float Fest, which is in April. That is also with dirt surfers. All of these, just Google float.
This is new.
lemonadefloatco.com, and you'll get all the information. You can see the link there to sign up. It's going to be exciting. We have Let It Ride, which is March 14th, which is before that one we just showed. This one is a great event. This is the very first ORL event out there in Las Vegas, Nevada. Last year they had that massive hill that they had to compete down. We also have another. Let's just keep moving through those races for Oak City Shred Fest, May 2nd through 5th, 2024. That's in North Carolina. That's a good one. We have Shred Fest 4, June 13th through the 17th. This is out in California. Really excited about Shred Fest. I would like to get to that one this year. We have Dirt Surfers. You can go to dirtsurfers.com. This is the one in Eureka Springs, Arkansas. That's where Jeff will be this weekend. You have Wheel Scorchers. This is another one in North Carolina, July 6th, 2024. That one is back. Float Fest 7. This is September 12th through the 15th. And you can go to their Instagram account and get more information. This is in Old Fork, North Carolina. There's a lot happening in North Carolina this year. Mm-hmm. You also have Midwest Onewheel presenting the Windman Onewheel race, Windman Enduro race, one of the more fun ones. This is September 20th to 22nd. It's much earlier than in previous years. It was always in October, so that kind of wraps up what we know of right now. And then there's a whole European deal happening where you can go to, right here's all the list of them. You need to go to, I believe that is their Instagram account. You can go to European Onewheel League and you can get all of those races and sign up for them because that is happening across the ocean as well. Lily and I are right now currently dropping our Windman races that we did this past fall. We just dropped stage 3. Here, this is the thumbnail. You need to watch it right after this because this whole race, I don't know what happened to us, but we were falling all over the place. I don't know. Here is just a montage.
Mid-fall.
Look at this, like right here. There's Lily, like what? She eats it. I don't even know what happened to her. I eat it.
I'm out. I can't do this, Falls.
Lily's yelling at me, talk to me. Then she tries to push me.
The tree.
And then she chases her one wheel, and then she falls. I'm telling you,
what is going on?
Yeah, we were a hot mess.
What happens?
Let's hear it, Lil.
When that happens, you don't take long enough to regroup. So if you fall, Holly, you need to just take a second.
No, get back on.
Well, yeah, unless you can get back on.
But then you're all kind of jittery and kind of like
jittery
panicking
and you're like trying to get around you.
That would be me. I panic.
You'll be great.
Hey, we want to also give a shout out to everybody that gives super thanks on this channel.
Yes, thank you.
I saw earlier someone gave, again, that all helps us. Like, we are not paid to do this. This is all our enjoyment of what we want to bring to the community, being able to bring all these pros and Joes together and talk about Vescs and float wheels and one wheels and have the different people in the community on here talking to them and getting real thoughts of different perspectives and stuff. We're really excited about being able to do this, and that helps. We take a portion out of our Wednesday, a lot of Wednesday actually, to prepare this, and so those super thanks really help us. It's encouraging on our part to be able to we turn around and we get a hold of some of those products that we give away. We are giving away this great set here. This is happening. We have WTF rails that we're giving away with a clear fender we're pretty stoked about. And the way you do that is you go watch the Great Lake races that we did, watch the whole thing, and then we have a quiz happening, and that could be yours to take home and enjoy riding. So
exciting.
It's exciting. So thank you everybody that watches every week, and you guys are, like I said, giving those super thanks. It's super, super kind of you guys. It's an honor to do what we do. I hope you enjoy it. We ourselves have new racing jerseys coming out for the season. This isn't our team. We're not putting a team together. We have a team of great humans that we do race, but we're not competing.
We're Joes. Pros.
No, we're not. We're just Joes. But we are going to be able to help in races this year, and we like our team that's helping volunteer at those races to be able to look the part. So we do have new Scot Mendenhall and Friends racing jerseys. I'm pretty stoked on the idea. And so we'll be debuting that here on this channel over the next few weeks as well. So a lot of cool things happening. And so stay tuned to it. Everybody have a great Wednesday. Give us thumbs up to this. Write a comment if you agree with Jeff and me or don't, or what's your thoughts. We like hearing all of it, everybody. Thanks for enjoying a beautiful day here on the Scot Mendenhall and Friends podcast. Lily, anything else to add?
Get out and ride.
Get out and ride. Miss Holly?
Get out and ride.
Oh my gosh, that's so not creative at all.
If I was petty, I would say you copied me, but I agree with you. So.
Yeah.
I'm riding. You should ride.
How many think that Lily on day 75 should jump on riding her one wheel every day?
Why not day 55? Why not day 55?
Yeah, what's the hang up?
Just jump on it?
Yeah, like you start riding every day.
No, do it every day.
I just am choosing my 24 hours differently.
That's it?
No, that's not it.
We didn't say you had to ride for
hours. I'll jump on once a week.
Once a week?
Twice a week.
Oh my goodness. Hold on. I just got a question for you in this.
No need to worry about her in the racing league,
I'm
folks.
not as passionate about riding in the cold.
I'm not either.
Oh my gosh.
It's a goal.
It's 50 degrees out.
No, this is great weather.
It's a goal. It's just a goal.
I have other goals.
What? Name one. Quick.
Do well in the open this year.
You
have
knee problems.
Hobbies.
Yeah, so do I.
Well. I know that.
So you're saying no to okay, I was just checking. Cool. Hashtag not cool. We won't even ride on my birthday.
I will ride on your birthday.
No, all 46.
I didn't say that I would do that.
Here I got your husband's board in our little shop here. I'm working on it.
I'm pretty sure love doesn't keep record of anything.
Yeah, I'm just wrong. That was just wrong.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure it's not the loving thing to do.
Lily, we love you. But come on, get on your board.
She might have plans.
I do get on my board. I just rode my board recently. I like riding for functional things. I needed to do a car pickup, so I used my board. It was amazing.
You needed to do a car pickup?
Yeah, I needed to pick up a vehicle.
Oh, so you rode over to somebody's house?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, cool.
It was fantastic.
Great
and it was
idea.
like negative 10 degrees.
Oh, man, you are a hero amongst mighty.
I'm grateful for my one wheel for times like that.
Yeah, and we're grateful for you, Lily. No pressure. We're not peer pressuring you.
Right.
Sorry that you felt like
I haven't felt this way since high school.
Yeah,
actually.
you felt. It seemed like you felt like we were poking the bear there.
I'm triggered.
Don't be
bringing
triggered.
up a lot of feelings.
Don't do that.
I'm not making fun. I understand that that's a real thing.
Yeah. Ride Rebellion Floatcast. Thank you for the
gave earlier.
Thank you for two.
They're another one wheel podcast.
maybe we'll go check you out, and everybody go check them out. It'd be great. And so, thanks everybody. Have a spectacular One Wheel Wednesday. Get out there and ride, as the ladies have said. We'll see you next week with a lot of great things. I don't know, man. My words are all twisted up today. Not enough sleep. Love you guys. Have a great Wednesday. Adios.